What up, New York Giant Nation? It is your boy, MacDaGiantsFan, coming at y'all with the Week 5 edition of the True Blue Aftermath, baby. The 4 and 1 edition. Let's go!
Yes. We know, Big Ben.
Parliament.
What is going on out there, New York Giant Nation? Who ain't for real? Who ain't for real? I don't want to hear that no more. I don't want to hear that this week. New York Giants, baby. We is in this to win this. I'm feeling it right now. Went out there, out in London, got the big W. Got it done, baby, against the Green Bay Packers. When a lot of people was counting us out. Backs was against the wall. Who was going to be playing for this football team? Players stepped up and got the job done. Plays being made all over the field today. Darius Slayton, where have you been? But thanks for showing up today, my brother. Daniel Jones, everybody counting this kid out. Everybody. No one want to give this kid a chance. Well, he showed me a little something today, myself included. I've been tough on him too. I'm not going to take myself out of that, knock myself out of that equation. I've been very, very tough on number 8. But he went out there and he showed me something today. He showed me the heart of a lion, the eye of the tiger, baby. Let's go, Daniel Jones. Let's go, New York Giants offense. Thank you for someone else other than just number 26 showing up for this offense today. What a performance. What a performance to go out there and score 17 unanswered points. Let's get it. That defense put them clamps down on Aaron Rodgers right when it counted. When we needed it the most, the defense rose up and put them clamps on Aaron Rodgers. This offense, like I said, I can't say more about it today. My quarterback showed me something today, man. He really did, man. 21 of 27, 217 big yards, man. Oh, man, these guys came out there. They showed up today. That heart, man, is back. Brian Dable, Joe Shane, this whole new regime, y'all have instilled the heart that these New York Giants faithful have been waiting for and looking for so long. Y'all have reinstilled that back into the New York Giants franchise. We going to be a tough out for anybody that want to see us this year. Anybody. This win proved that. Ain't no more excuses. The Giants ain't beat nobody. They're winning ugly. They doing this. They doing that. We winning. And we 4 and 1, baby. 4 and 1. Let's go. True blue, baby. Out there representing. Went across that pond and got it done. Who said we couldn't do it? A lot of people said we couldn't do it. But you got to believe. I thought it was going to be tough. But I knew it was going to be tough. But I thought, it was going to be, Aaron Rodgers is no joke. What's going on, Almighty Finesse? Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate you, my brother. But Aaron Rodgers is absolutely one of the best to ever do it. So we going over there with all these injuries, yeah. Anybody checked out my preview show? I picked us to take an L here. I just thought with all the injuries, I thought it was going to be a lot to overcome. And I did not realize that our quarterback, I knew the kid had heart. I never ever questioned the kid's heart. But I still just didn't know he had that eye of the tiger, that desire. He showed me something today I have never seen in him in 4 years in this league. He showed me something today. He absolutely did. Went out there and rushed for 37 tough yards on that ankle, couple clutch runs when we needed it. He still needs to protect himself a little bit better. Can't be taking some of those hits, man. But at the same time, he's out there. He's a warrior. Got it done, man. Got it done. What's going on, Philly B, man? My homie Philly B, that's the man behind the man, you know what I mean? He my behind the scenes guy. He doing all this, some of this nice stuff you see, my backgrounds, my intro videos. That's my guy, Philly B, right there, man. He be holding it down for MacDaGiantsFan. That's my homie, man. One love, bro. One love. Let's fucking do it, though, man. You know, honestly, there's not really much bad to talk about in this game. This was a complete team victory right here, all the way, man. New York Giants doing it on all cylinders, on all ends, man. I couldn't be more proud of this football team today, man. Couldn't be more proud. Who's going to discredit this one? Find a way to discredit this victory. I dare you, man. I dare you, media. I dare the national media to find a way to discredit this victory. Because you found a way to do it so far this season with all the other ones. Find a way. You can't. Went out there and showed these Green Bay Packers who was the fucking boss. Who was the best team today? The New York Giants was. Absolutely. I want to take a quick time out too, real quick, before I get too, in depth more about this football game. It is the month of October. Please make sure y'all support breast cancer awareness, man. A lot of great people losing to this nasty disease, man. It's taking so many lives of so many great folks, man. Just do whatever you can. Support the movement. Support breast cancer awareness for this month, man. Do whatever you got to do. I mean, I know whatever. Anything helps. Anything is always better than nothing. Anything helps. Whatever you can do to support this cause. Cut a bang. What's going on, bro? Yes, indeedy. Big Blue getting it done today, man. Big Blue. Randy, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in, fellas. Yo, this is a great, oh, man, I'm glad that I got up this morning on just a couple hours of sleep and enjoyed this football game and enjoy my team, the team that I love the most in all of sports. I love it. I love the fact that I watched my boys on very limited sleep and they did not let me down. I love that I picked them to lose this game, all full disclosure, and they proved me wrong. I love when they prove me wrong, baby. I love it. Exactly, Cut a Bang. Exactly what you just said. This team is scary because we have nothing to lose. We a rebuild team, and we 4-1, and it is a damn good feeling. It's a damn good feeling. It feels good to be 4-1. That's right, H-Town Cowboy. Great win for the NFC Beast, man. Great win. Ain't the NFC East. We not the NFC least no more. We the NFC East. We the NFC Beast again. This division is popping right now, other than the Washington Commanders. But, they can't all be winners, But right now, the Giants, Eagles, the Cowboys, they're playing good football right now. Playing really, really good football, getting the job done, and they getting them wins. And you can hear a whole lot more about that. Segue into a little PTA on Wednesday on the Real Deal NFC East Roundup with my guy Adam Costas. Each and every Wednesday, you can hear all about the NFC East, or shall we call them the NFC Beast after all, because we are out there balling right now, getting it done. Raphael, what's going on, man? Good to see you in the chat, man. Thanks for stopping in, bro. We are a dangerous team. We are out here going to upset teams that are contending this year. That's right. We're not going to be an easy out for nobody. Everybody going to have to earn it against the New York Giants. Everybody is. Everybody. We proving that right now. We got serious heart on this team. We are not stacked with the best talent. I think that is no secret there. There's no secret. But we maximized it. Today, we maximized it. Darius Slayton, 6 catches, 79 yards on 7 targets, man. Only on 7 targets, and the one that he didn't, on the one target he didn't catch, that was I believe an overthrow or something. Or no, that was that one play where he didn't look back for the football. So no harm, ended up being no harm, no foul, even though that would have been a big play. But still, Daniel Bellinger stepping up and reemerging, man. And what's going on, Jeff?
Hey, Mac, how does it feel to be the best 4-1 team? Or the worst quote unquote 4-1 team in the NFL, the New York Football Giants.
Oh man, it feels great.
Oh my God, it's a feeling we cannot get. This is so
What's
good
going
how good
on,
this
Coach
feeling
Ed?
is.
What's up,
How
man?
y'all
How are you?
feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm
Oh, I'm great,
good.
man. Great.
You loving the win, aren't you?
I'm ecstatic right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I initially back in the before the season, I picked this to be that game we kind of beat a team nobody expected us
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
But then coming into this week with all these injuries and everything, I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was just going to be too much to overcome. And on my preview show, I did pick us to take an L. But I love that they came out here and they was able to prove me wrong, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just ecstatic, man.
Well, I mean, it is good when you get wins like this because, like I just told Jeff on the stream, this builds a level of confidence in throughout the organization that players who are second and third or possibly fourth string, they start to say we can play in the NFL. I can play in the NFL. This creates depth on in the roster. So even if those guys who are injured come back, we can count on guys behind them to step up and produce. So
Mm.
it's very important that we have a win like this. And the coaching staff, even they're all working together. You do have questions, well, can we work together? And you start to see this, I mean, the biggest thing, like I told Jeff, we held Green Bay technically to no, not technically. We held them to no offensive points. The only points they scored was on the safety we gave them at the end of the game. So when they
Absolutely.
scored 20 points in the first half and they only ended up scoring 22, that's big. That's big. And then offensively, you score 17 points after only scoring 10. That's
Mm.
adjustments by the coaching staff. That's coaching, which we haven't had in the longest while. And I mean, think about that. Think about that. People are killing Darius Slayton. What did he do today? 79 yards on 6 receptions. He changed the dynamic of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
With his deep threat ability, I mean, initially when he got that big play, what happened? They were playing the under route, and he came behind them with the over route, which opened up, and it was right there. And later on, what did they do? They started moving back, which gave you a lot of short stuff that you could then step up and make plays on. So, I mean, when we get, Robinson and who knows about hamstring, but
I love you
it,
don't even say his name, you just call him Hamstring.
yeah,
Hamstring.
hamstring,
Hamstring.
hamstring, string cheese, whatever you want
And
to call him.
Hamstring and number 19. Those are the two guys
Yeah.
that are going to be
So,
designated.
but Slayton helps them really when you think about it because it forces defenses to play back. You have to play back.
Mm.
Matt, you know what I want when you've heard this saying, just throw the ball deep one time. It forces a defense to have to play back, and that opens
Absolutely.
up. And if the running game is going, linebackers have to step up. So now that intermediate right behind the linebackers and in front of the safety opens up. And if you
Mm.
get guys who are, shifty, quick twitch, just one move, and next thing you know, we're getting an even bigger play. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact that we have guys who are quote unquote no names who are producing, and Daniel Jones. I mean,
I got to
74.
talk about that dude, too.
Yeah,
That dude.
74% passing in completions,
Mm.
plus with his running, 37 yards in rushing, 217 yards in passing, and like you said, Jeff, no turnovers. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and he's the one that's the reason why this team is starting to win more and more. And people can kill Daniel Jones all they want. If you can't see before your eyes what's happening, I don't know what to tell you.
I think it's time to start giving Daniel Jones the respect that this dude is getting because he
Mhm.
deserves the respect that he needs to have. This dude went out there with a busted ankle, and not only was he standing in the pocket taking massive hits and throwing to his guys wide open, he was making runs up the middle on the sideline, including when Barkley went out for a little bit when he hurt his
Mhm.
shoulder. Daniel Jones had the type of game. This was a franchise quarterback game by Daniel Jones. If you could
Mhm.
hate Daniel Jones all you want, you
Mhm.
cannot question what this kid did on that field. And Daniel Jones, even people that can't stand him, have to give this dude the respect that he deserves. Number 8 was fantastic in this game. 26 was great too, but 8 was the catalyst, and Daniel Jones deserves all the kudos in the world. I think we might have, if he plays like this, we have our franchise quarterback.
This was the best offensive performance, obviously, without by far this season. Not even close. Well-balanced attack. The running game was going. The passing game was going. It was just great. And then, like we touched on the coaches earlier, this coaching staff, man, how much of an upgrade is this coaching staff? You take a guy like Gary Brightwell, who didn't even get an opportunity a year ago with a struggling, fledgling offense that we had a year ago. This guy is just wasting away on the sideline. And sure, he's still not getting like a tremendous amount of touches, but he's making the most of it when he gets his hands on that football. That touchdown run today, that was a grown man touchdown run. That was him pushing that pile and getting in that end zone. He wanted that score, and he got it. And the fact that this guy just wasted away on our roster a year ago without even getting the opportunity, it goes to show you how much of an upgrade this coaching staff is, because they're getting the most out of all of these guys, man. Exactly. And I'm a very, very proud New York Giants fan today, man. It's this win right here. This win right here showed me that this team, the heart is back in New York City. The heart is back.
Exactly.
You all have to think about Brian Daboll and Joe Shane have brought a type of new culture. Everybody hates that word culture. Well, you know what? Whatever they're bringing to the team, it's resonating with this roster. Like Coach just said before, you have guys that are going out there that are right now, they're like undrafted free agents, guys we just picked up. Backups. They're going out there right now, and they're playing their asses off on offense and defense, putting their heart and soul and bodies out there for this coaching staff, making big plays on offense, big plays on defense. I mean, how do you not love seeing this kind of stuff? This is what sports is all about. This is what football is all about, when you have these underdog guys going out there and showing the world that they can play. They can get the job done. And that's exactly what we saw with this team. Darius Slayton, who's been he's been a football, and no pun intended, getting kicked around by this Giants fan base. You know what he did? Like Coach was saying on my stream right before we ended it, Darius Slayton went out there and he proved that he could be a number one. He played like a number one receiver on our team. He took the top off the defense. He was making those plays over the middle. It's like Daniel Jones and Darius Slayton never lost that chemistry that they had back in 2019 in his rookie season. They was just there, and this is why we've all been screaming why Darius Slayton should have played. I mean, Jesus Christ, what this guy can do for this offense. And I honestly thought the offense flowed much better with the backups we had out there than the starters. I really do. And this offensive line, they were good too. The offensive line, for the most part, did a better job. They did a better job than what we did previously.
Better in the second half. They did better in the second half because Feliciano was getting eaten up in the first half. Remember what I just said on that one of the Barkley. No, it was the Breeder run. Before they were going one-on-one with Feliciano with the nose guard, and he was getting driven back. But this time they released the nose guard and they went with a tight end wham, which was a mild coaching adjustment. But what it does for a nose guard, you start worrying about that. So you don't start penetrating as quickly off the ball, because you know that, you know what, even if you're going one-on-one with him, you might get a tight end who's going to come down and slam on you. So just little things like that, which goes back to coaching. Those are things, in-game coaching, halftime adjustments. Those are very important to team success. And we haven't had that, especially the last 2 years, let alone with Shermer's staff. It just shows you that coaching is important. And it doesn't matter if you're a young coach or an old coach. If you're a good coach, you're a good coach. And if you're a bad coach, you're a bad coach. And this is a good coaching staff. They are, every last one of them. Every last one of them.
I think Wink Martindale's going to get a head coaching job soon. I think this guy's going to get a head coaching job in the NFL very soon. If
he deserves it, I have to be honest, he deserves it.
He does.
If you don't realize how good of a coach he is, look what we're doing defensively, and look at Baltimore. That speaks all of it. And I forgot who I was listening to this morning. He said They have two Pro Bowl cornerbacks over there in Baltimore, and I don't understand why they're getting shredded like that. And
The
we're
worst
we're
passing defense in the league, they said.
Yeah.
exactly, but we're rotating our cornerbacks and our defensive backs, but we're still a pretty decent, pretty
We're
good.
losing cornerbacks every day. We just
But
lost
it
two
doesn't
more in this
matter.
game.
It
Exactly.
doesn't matter because it says Shane is going to get you guys who are going to fit the system and who are going to play to the system and be productive. So
Hmm.
I'm like I said, I just love the staff. I love what I'm seeing, no matter what.
Hey,
I'm
could
just
you
enjoying the hell out of this. 10 years of
imagine?
misery, and this is just great football. It's great to watch. I'm ecstatic.
Just imagine when they get a few more of their guys in that they want in that fit into what they're trying to do here,
Oh
man.
my
I mean,
god.
Exactly.
oh, oh
Exactly.
man.
I'm gonna say New York football is back because I'm watching the Jets right now. And the Jets are playing pretty well too. I think New York football has been dormant for a very long time. I think it's back. I think New
Uh
York
oh.
football is
Wow.
back and
Uh
back in a big
oh.
way.
Mm. They got a safety. Okay, both New York teams had a safety. I guess the Jets said,
Yeah. Sauce
"Oh, it
Gardner got
gave
the
up the
tackle in
safety.
the end zone.
We gave up the safety, but it was a safety in both games." So, hmm.
Oh wow. But yeah, this team, man. Oh, I don't know what to say, man. This team is just, it's inspiring to watch, man. It's pretty
Ex-
inspiring because this is. I don't think a lot of people expected much from this team this year, not realistically. And they're
No.
out there, showing you that like I said, they're going to be a tough out, and they're going to make you have to earn it no matter what. When you play the New York Giants, it ain't going to be not a walk. We're not a laughing stock anymore. We're not going to get walked over. We're not going to get stepped on. You got to, if you want it, you got to come out there and earn it. Earn every
Mhm.
bit of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What's going on, Mitch? Thanks for stopping in, bro.
I'm so
Oh yeah,
happy.
Kayvon Thibodeau, Mr. Chicken said it. Kayvon won't show up in the box scores, but he played a hell of a game today, and he did.
Absolutely,
He did. I mean,
absolutely.
so many pressures that he was getting on what, and you could tell he was worrying about him. The Dexter Lawrence sack that was because of Tibbs, because he forced him
Oh
to step
yeah,
right up into him.
and Thibodeau, like he's not quite getting home yet. He hasn't gotten the sack yet. But at the same time, those tip balls, they're starting to add up
Mm-hmm.
too, man. They are
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
starting to add up. He gets some hands up, and those plays matter, man. You see the two big back to back tip balls at the end of the game. Those
Exactly.
those were clutch,
Exactly.
man.
Exactly. So, it like you said, it's good. It's a good feeling right now. We want to see him continue. Now we can start to grow a little bit more confidently. I mean, next week's game is going to be big. I want to see how the defense is going to step up, especially going against Wink's old team. So, I think they're going to be inspired. So, and I'm getting antsy for that game. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Jackson. That boy is dynamic. So,
Hmm.
but I think the defense is going to be up to the task, and I'm already antsy for that game. I'm just really antsy for that game to see because that's going to be a great test. And I'm my mindset is I always want to play the best, because the best is going to bring out the best in me, and
Yep.
that's just the bottom line. I know there are people worried about, oh, we're playing this player, that player, and this team and that team. So what? I'd rather play them and lose, and then go into the film room, see what the hell happened, and the next time I face you, you best believe you're not going to beat me. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then this time when I beat you, I'm still going into the film room. I'm going to dissect what we did well and what we didn't do well. So didn't do good. What went wrong? So,
Little tongue
so
twister there, coach.
yeah. So, but New York Giants fans, it's an early game, so we have all day to enjoy this game.
We can
So
just sit
How
back
enjoy
and
about
it.
just
another
sit back and enjoy this.
another
Exactly.
young player stepping up, man? How about Daniel Bellinger, man? I mean, only
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
two,
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
you know,
yes.
I mean, two catches on the day for the 22 yards, but the big touchdown on that double
Mm-hmm.
reverse, man.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is
Mm-hmm.
starting to look like he's a legitimate piece in his offense too that can
Mm-hmm.
really has the ability to make some plays, man.
Hmm. Well, I mean, all it just seems like all the rookies. I mean, the only one that I worried about initially was Neal, he gave up that one play where DJ was doing a quarterback draw, he dropped back and then stepped up. Um,
Hmm.
but the defensive end just rolled off of his block coming back to the inside.
Yeah.
That was it. Other than that, I think he played a good game. You know,
Mm.
Zudo when he came in for what's his name who got hurt. You know,
Bredesen, yeah.
yeah, he was fine. Um, I didn't see much of Belton. So
Yeah, Belton was in and out. I mean, Belton didn't play a whole lot,
I
and
know
Davidson got hurt.
Belton made one good. I know I meant one good play I seen Belton on a blitz. He came in and he really
oh yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right,
Mm.
he
that's right.
rushed the pass from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the point is the rookies, they're fine. They're getting acclimated to NFL speed and the NFL game, and
Mm.
as they grow, they're going to be able to produce more. So, oh, Marcus Johnson, I mean, that kid is. I'm sitting there looking at him like,
Appreciate the
okay,
wide receiver we got from the practice squad.
yeah, that guy is, he's showing that, okay, I'm not saying he's going to be a number one, but he's going to be able to
I want to play him.
contribute.
Mm.
Yes,
I want
exactly.
to play
'Cause,
him. I want this kid to play. I like the wide receivers we had there, and I apologize to interrupt you, Coach,
no,
but
that's fine.
I like the guys we had out there. They were all going out there
Hmm.
blocking pretty solid. They were
Hmm.
getting open on the field. Slayton was getting open. Seals actually had a nice catch. He was playing pretty decent. James had a couple of big third down catches. Marcus Johnson, like you just said, he made some plays. I was impressed with our backup
Sills,
wide receivers more than we did with our starters.
Sills. I mean, on that toe tap down the
That
Oh,
sideline.
was impressive. Sills
That
was good. That was
that
nice.
absolutely.
exactly. So, but see, that's the thing with Sills. I mean, he can't be the primary receiver,
No.
but he's a piece that can contribute. Every
Mm.
last one of them are pieces that can contribute, which also helps because defensively, you have to play honest with this whole receiver core. You can't cheat to one guy or the other guy. You have to say, okay, we have to spread it out. So, everyone on this team is playing their roles well. So,
Dolphins are down to the third string quarterback. Bridgewater's out. So this kid Skylar
oh,
Thompson is in for now for the
Oh
Dolphins.
wow.
damn.
Yeah,
Dang.
Skylar Thompson is in now for
No.
the Dolphins.
Injuries are across the league, and y'all can kill me for saying this. I don't care. I've always said this. The days of two days is what is hurting this game. You know,
Where's
the two,
Seabrook? Where's Seabrook?
You know I like that, Reek.
Go ahead,
the
Coach.
no two a days because back in the days when I played in college, we did three a days. So
Mm.
and your body gets used to getting banged up, and your injuries seemed less when I played. I mean, I played more on grass. Yes, that was the other factor. I'm always going to say it. I think grass is better than field turf, but
Hmm.
I just don't know. I think physically, because football is a hard, brutal sport, and your body gets used to being hit on and beat on,
Mm.
playing the sport. And if you're not doing it, most of the times they're doing walkthroughs with practice. They're not actually practicing, so it just amazes me the level of injuries that we're seeing this year. Well, the last few years, and it's not just our team. So, oh
No,
yeah,
it's
Leonard,
league wide. It's definitely league
Mm.
yeah,
wide. Leonard Williams got pretty close to getting back on the field this week, so hopefully next week maybe he can go.
Dexter
He
played
was
well without Leonard too. Yeah,
Dexter's been great so far this
Dexter
season.
has stepped
Dexter
it
has been
up.
great.
These
so
last couple of weeks in particular, he has absolutely stepped it up. I'm
that
sure
that
Landon Collins will be ready to go by next week too.
yeah,
Nice throw him on the defense.
yeah, and he's going to give you something. If you, he's not going to. I don't think he plays the whole game, but he's going to give you something because he's a vet. He knows how to play and fill
Mm.
in. And I think what you call will use him properly down in the box,
Yep.
down close to the line of scrimmage. Don't put him deep all the time. I mean, he's not that
Yeah,
type
don't
of
do
a defensive back.
that.
No, no. So so the only Jeff, I was only what was I complaining about the most defensively? That off
Mm.
coverage.
Yep.
I mean, we were playing too far back in the off coverage. Especially on that touchdown run where Love was literally what 2-3 yards in the end zone. And they're at the 2 yard line. To me, it's you play the line, You play if you're going to play off, play the line, play for switching. And if you're on the outside, with the screens, play outside
Was that
leverage.
Love or Holmes? Darnay
That was
Holmes.
was it Holmes who was on that?
It might have been
It might have been
Holmes.
Holmes. It might have been Holmes. Yeah, but still, it's if you play outside leverage, you're going to push him back to help. So it's right there, and I just that's the only concern I had because 10, 11 yards in off coverage to Aaron Rodgers, that's giving free money.
It was that last drive. It was just like you said. He was just taking what we
Yeah,
were giving him and all the way down the field, man.
Dinkin and Duncan, yep.
Good
yeah,
thing we were able to clamp him down in that red zone, man.
yeah,
But
exactly. And then we
Aziz
did
was
well.
out.
Yeah, but that didn't matter. I mean, Timon Fox had that great hit. I mean,
Zimenez.
Jimenez. I mean, like I said, KT and
Jahide Ward has been such
Jahide
an
Ward.
underrated signing. He's been
Yeah,
such an
so
underrated signing for this defense and his leadership and discipline he has on the outside.
mhm.
We all questioned that move in the offseason. Why did you bring in a guy like Jahide Ward? He's not that great. He's okay. The guy's been great so far since he's been with the Giants. He's been very, very good.
it's working out here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So, me, like I said, I might have my concerns and questions with certain things at certain times, but overall, I really can't say I wouldn't. I hate this or hate that. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving it. So I'm loving the adjustments, the executions at critical times. I mean, DJ in the second half just driving the offense
It's
downfield.
beautiful.
His
Beautiful thing.
pinpoint passing. People questioning his running ability. He showed okay, he's not he's not going to explode for a 80-yard touchdown, but he's able to move and change the offense. And Slayton, Saquon, I mean, look at what he did. Even when he got banged up and hurt, and he still came back in. So it just Bellinger. I mean, we could go on, and it's just a beautiful thing to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I
my
love
only
it.
bad takes from this game I really got is just the fact that we got a couple more guys nicked up a little bit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hopefully, see how that works out. But other than
Is there
that,
any
just other
update
than
on
the
Torrey
injuries,
Jackson?
I haven't
I
found
haven't
anything,
heard
man.
anything. That's what I was looking for too. So
But he
nah.
didn't
Cloud
return. He didn't
actually stepped
return
in
to the
pretty
game.
well.
He didn't
No.
return to the game, so that's not necessarily the greatest of early news, at least anyway.
It's like quarterback
hmm
position. We've been taking a lot of hits. Morneau got hurt later in the game, too. We had to play McLeod, and I forgot who was playing on the opposite side. We were playing a
But
bunch
they
of
stepped.
backups in the secondary.
But they
So,
stepped up, man. They
yeah.
stepped up against one of the best quarterbacks in the league,
hmm
and you know
Absolutely.
what? I'm just very, very impressed with what I saw today, man. It was just an
hmm
amazing performance, man.
But
Hey,
going back
The
to that
offense
question that Kuda
rose.
Bang
The
played.
offense rose to the occasion. We damn near
Oh, my
scored.
God,
We
yeah.
damn near scored 30 points.
I know. I
oh
almost
yeah,
fell over when we saw that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, we matched our win total from last year.
Yeah.
Already,
All
5 weeks
right.
in. 5 weeks
Exactly.
into the season.
Exactly. Exactly. So, it's a good thing. I mean, we still have a lot of season to go. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh
you
yeah.
know, we got Baltimore, and then and that's the focus. So, what is Baltimore's record? Hold on a minute.
I think they're 3 and
Uh,
2,
I think
3 and
they're
1,
nah, 2 and
or 2
2. I
and 2,
think.
2 and 2. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
And Baltimore, we got Baltimore and Jacksonville, and these are
Jacksonville.
so.
Yeah, Baltimore at Jacksonville at Seattle before our bye. So.
And for the record, Jacksonville and Seattle both are a little bit better than what anybody probably
Mm-hmm.
expected
They
Mm-hmm.
prior
are.
to this
They
season.
are.
So
Mm-hmm.
And the
let's
Lions
not
are
get it
better,
twisted.
too. It's not as easy as a schedule as
No,
everybody might
no,
think.
no, exactly. But it just like I said before, it creates a level of confidence that what you're not going to stress. You're not going to because when something goes wrong, sometimes people have a tendency of cracking and breaking under that pressure, and then you
Mhm.
start to give up. In coaching, we always say break their will because when you break their will, they're going to give up easier, and it's going to make it that much better that much better of a game. So, but yeah, I mean, looking at it, it's like, okay, let's just take it one step at a time. But It's becoming a pretty beautiful thing. So
Yeah, you
It
kidding
all
me.
starts with those engines
What
in the
is?
mid. All starts in that engine right now with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley.
mhm.
I said before, Saquon Barkley was the driver of the car and Daniel Jones was the passenger. Well, you know what? Daniel Jones went over to 26. He's like, you know what? I'm taking the lead in this one. I'm driving the car in this game. And
Mhm.
Saquon, you're going over to the passenger seat because that's exactly what happened in this game. This is the
It's
game where Daniel
crazy.
Jones went out there and he showed he can be the driving force on this offense. With bad ankle, you saw his hand, Mac, right?
I
His hand was
saw it.
all cut up and bloody, and he's still
Mhm.
going out there making the plays. That dude is a tough son of a bitch out there on
Mhm.
that field. What he's
We've been
been doing
Mhm.
for
spending.
this team.
We spent the whole off season talking about the AFC West. Should have been talking
Mhm.
about the NFC
AFC
East because the
East.
Yeah.
AFC West, I don't know what's going on out there. The Chargers right now 14-0 to the Cleveland Browns, down 14-0 to the I don't know what's going on with those teams out in
Wow.
the AFC West. It is nuts
That's
out there.
insane.
We all thought that was going to be this amazing division like anything like we never saw before, and oh my god, these teams are just not
Y'all
looking
are dead wrong about
as good
that
as we
one.
thought. Yeah, not looking as good as we thought.
And can we get
But
respect back in our division now? I mean, can
oh,
we
we got it
finally
back.
stop being called
It's
NFC
back.
West?
Oh,
We
we
have
can't
Mhm.
call us that no more.
three teams that are
Mhm.
that are 2 or 3 games over 500. It's time to start giving this division the respect they deserve.
And
Back
think
to what
about
it
it.
should be.
Really think about this. We were realistically that Dallas game. I mean, it was tough, but we could have won that game. I
Oh,
Yes.
mean,
absolutely.
we could have won that game, and you know what? It'd be a different complexity, in terms of everyone really looking at us in a different light.
Mm.
So,
Say, we're
that's
the
the
most
whole thing.
overrated 5-0 team. That's what they'd say.
No, exactly. But the point is, you know what? This coaching staff is showing that, this team is something that you really have to ultimately respect. You can't just
Mm.
say, this is the Joe Fudge regime, and you're just going to come through it, and it's going to be a cakewalk.
I love you said that, Joe
Yes.
Fudge. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that on purpose. So,
Good. That's exactly what he should
Yeah,
be.
because
yeah.
he
He's a
clearly
fudging
had no idea what he
disgrace.
was doing. Because Brian
No.
Dable was taking a roster that's pretty much damn near the same.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, a little even lesser with some of the pieces we lost in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's winning football games, man. So, like you said,
Exactly.
coaching it matters. Anybody out there
Mm-hmm.
that believes coaching doesn't matter, now you finding out right now, coaching
Mm-hmm.
definitely matters.
This is not the NBA. This is not baseball and all those other sports. This is the ultimate team sport, and an ultimate team sport is not just the players. It's the coaching staff. It's everyone in the organization. That's the
Mm-hmm.
beauty of this game. Sorry, I don't care. You can give me every other sport that's out there. They all don't, you can have one superstar who can take all over. You can't do that in football. The quarterbacks need an offensive line to protect for them because they can't throw the ball. I mean, when we started pressuring him, Rogers, what was he doing? And keeping him in the pocket. He was just throwing it up to get down the sideline, hoping that something happens, either an
Yep.
interference or a catch. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's the thing that you need to do. Wink did a great job in that second half. He really did. I have to give him his due respects there. Because in the first half I was worried. I'm not gonna lie. We're playing off too much. We're giving Rodgers, the whatchamacallit, but it also gave Rodgers a false sense of security because how many times, Jeff, were we saying he looks pissed over there? Rodgers looks pissed over there.
Multiple times throughout the
And
entire stream, pretty much the second half. We were saying he looks pissed, he looks aggravated, he looks like just verklempt, pretty much. He looks vexed
exactly.
because of what the Giants were doing on defense.
And that means you're in his head.
Mm-hmm.
You won't come out and say it, but that's the I see ghost theory. Because you're so worried about little things that come around and the pressure. Not just Tibbs, every last one of them. And I mean some of the hits because he did get some hits. He did get some hits, and it just like I said, this is a good win. We're definitely going to enjoy this. And I think it's going to help propel us further than entertainer. That was funny. That was funny. Every time the Giants win, it's because the other team didn't show up. It's all I hear. All this game showed me was the Packers aren't for real. Keep
I don't care. You know what? Let the media, let everybody keep talking about how bad this Giants team is, that we're the most overrated 4-1 team in the NFL.
Just
I
keep
don't
discrediting.
give a damn.
Let them continue
Keep
to
getting those
discredit our
dogs.
victories. Let them
Yes.
continue
This
to
is what I
discredit
care
our
about.
victories. It's so like
Discrediting
let them do it. But
Just
here's the
this.
reality: is that we just outscored the Green Bay Packers 17-2 in the second half, and the 2 points they got, we gave it to them.
Exactly.
We gave it to them.
And Daniel Jones outplayed Aaron Rodgers. Let's say that again. Daniel Jones, the quarterback a lot of these fans hate, outplayed Aaron Rodgers. Take that to the bank.
He absolutely
He
Take that to the
did.
bank.
He outplayed the bad man.
I love that, Coach.
I want to see what Stephen A. is going to say tomorrow.
I do. I
really
absolutely do too.
I really do, because he rides for him, and
Yes, he does.
I just want to see, okay, what happened to the bad man? Especially in the second half. But then again, I keep forgetting. Aren't we his kryptonite?
Look,
So
he must be. He
So-
doesn't usually.
So and like I said earlier, England is our second home because we're undefeated over there. We need to play more games over
We
there.
need to play a lot more games in New York. I trust that field than I do our own MetLife field.
I mean, at least we got to play on grass today. That was a grass field, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It's. I don't think I've never seen internationally a field that's field turf. They're all grass.
I feel like they are. Yeah, they don't believe in that craziness over there.
No, but we do.
That's an American thing, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? You know why they do that, because it's all about the economics.
Yeah,
They
pretty
don't want
much.
to spend the money.
It's cheaper than maintaining grass.
We have two NFL teams that play on this field, and y'all can't split the difference on that.
That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
seriously.
it's to me.
You have 4 owners too, not just 2. You have 4 owners that are there with the
It's-
Johnson brothers, Mara and Tish.
Yes.
Come on.
You split the difference. Yeah, it's a heavily used field between concerts and high school football and other events, but still, I mean, there are teams in the NFL that play on grass fields, and
I mean, look at the Raiders out in the desert. They got that field plate that they roll in and out of their stadium. They paying for that just to keep to be able to play on natural grass out in Las Vegas.
and that's the thing. If you do something like that, you can. They showed you can roll it out, you can cover it, and you can put another surface on for events like that, and it won't have a lot of wear and tear. So yeah, I hope we go to grass, man. I hope we go to grass.
I think
Because
we're
when we had
supposed to
grass,
Football is
year.
meant to be played on grass.
On grass.
I think we're supposed to go next year. I think the lease for the turf is supposed to end after the season, so I think we might be going back to natural grass in 2023, which would be nice. So we don't have to pray every time our players step foot on that turf that they don't blow out their knees.
They
or their
talk about what
Achilles.
they want to do for player safety and all this player safety. So, well, that's a major factor too.
Exactly.
Get them on grass. Get these guys playing on grass fields.
There's nothing better than being on grass, playing on a grass field after it's freshly cut. I mean, it's, oh my gosh.
And not to mention, I want to get back to watching football games where you see guys get dirty. Like
Exactly.
Exactly. There you go.
Clean.
Exactly.
Matt,
Thank you, Matt.
You don't know how many times I've argued with former players. They're like, yo, coach, I got to look good, because if I look good, I play good. No, if you dirty, that means you playing. That means you balling.
Exactly. When that jersey's all dirty, that means you went out there and you had yourself a game on that field.
Oh man.
An old Dick Buckus where his jersey is dirty. You got blood all over the place. I'm a bad
You got these guys exchanging jerseys after the game because they still clean. Just go ahead and exchange them and flip them out.
I admit, any of y'all that like playing like that, I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm killing y'all, but I just can't, man. Even my old high school is still grass. And on top of that, there is the crown in the middle of the field. So if you played, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a crown in the middle of the field. It really makes you play harder, but it's a beautiful thing. So, oh my gosh, like I said, the smell, and it's like, it's football. You know that's football.
Damn right, Coach.
Oh, the Jets are driving.
Another guy would have had a pretty big day. Julian Love, man.
I was just about to say, Julian Love
get
was
back
great.
in the lineup
I
today.
was
I thought he was because when I made my preview video, he was still on in the concussion protocol.
yeah, I was surprised. I really
So I
Love
was.
that
was
kid.
stunned to see him out there, and he 7 tackles on the day, man. So
I
he's
want
out
this.
there
I really
handling his
believe.
business.
I believe, guys, that this guy is someone we cannot let go in the offseason.
Mm-mm.
I really believe he's a glue guy
Man,
on this defense. Wink loves him. We
Mm-hmm.
have to keep him. We have to find a way to keep Julian Love. This dude is so important to this defense. He's a captain on the team. He's a glue guy on this defense, a glue guy on this team. You can put him anywhere on the back end of that defense. Julian
Mm-hmm.
Love has to be a New York football giant after the season. That's one of those guys that we talked about. You know for a fact that Dayball and Shane want their guys. And there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
guys on this Giants team that might not be here that were drafted by Gettleman. You know what? Julian Love was a damn good draft pick by
Mm-hmm.
Dave Gettleman in the 4th round.
Mm-hmm.
He's played tremendous football for this team, and I really
Jalen.
love the way they've been using him. We have to
I
keep him
mean,
after the season.
look, you say people have their strong opinions of Dave Gettleman. As you know, we can all understand that, but he didn't have all misses. You know what I
No,
mean?
No,
no,
he
Andrew
has some big
Andrew
hits.
Thomas is clearly a slam
Mm-hmm.
dunk. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I
McKinney.
mean, McKinney, Darnay Holmes is playing decent. He's not a stud guy necessarily, but he plays, gives
Holmes
you
is
some
solid,
decent
yeah.
reps. Yeah, he
So
gives you some
yes,
good. And
Dexter
you already talked about
Lawrence.
Julian Love, Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter
Yeah,
Lawrence.
exactly.
Jesus, how good he's been
that
so
that,
far.
And maybe just maybe he didn't completely miss on Daniel Jones, and and then there's I
Tate
would just say
Crowder.
Don't put that out there. There's still some fans that might hate what you're saying that he didn't miss on the much maligned Daniel Jones.
yeah, Tate
Even
Crowder,
O'Shea
Mr. Irrelevant,
Zimenez looks like
Yeah,
a player.
exactly.
O'Shea
Mr.
Zimenez
Irrelevant
looks like a player.
to a
Crowder,
starting middle
yep.
linebacker for the New York Giants. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
let's go, man. I mean,
Hey,
so we can
the
give Dave
Jalen.
Gettleman a
Carter
hard time,
Coughlin.
but he gave us some pretty
Yeah,
decent pieces,
yes,
man.
yes, 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 yes. I
Aziz
mean,
Ojolari. There's some damn good picks on this
there's
team.
some good pieces. I mean, even Jalen Smith. I mean, last year wasn't good, but look at the difference between the two
He's
defenses.
been
He's
great.
I mean,
he's had an
he's
impact these last 2 weeks, big time.
yes,
He's having a
big
great
time.
since they
So
picked him up.
he's helping solidify the middle of that defense. He really is, and him and Tate
Tony
Crowder
Jefferson
seem,
too.
yeah, Jefferson, but
Tony Jefferson's been
Crowder
good.
and Smith seem to play very well together.
Yes,
They really
absolutely.
do. So, and it's I don't know what it is, but I love it. I like I said, I'm loving what I'm seeing. You know, and when we get Dexter back, I mean Leo back in the middle of that
And
defense,
Aziz on the other side.
and
Oof.
Z,
And
it's like
Ellison Smith's coming back too. Don't forget about Ellison Smith. He's supposed to be coming off the injured reserve or the pup list
who are
soon
you
as well.
taking
So
off?
you get
Who
him
are you
back as
taking
well.
off? Who are you taking off to let him bring him back on the roster? Because you realistically, you're going to have to get rid
I
of the
probably
defensive
Timon
end.
Fox. I think it might be Timon
Why?
Fox.
Timon is playing well.
I
I
just
mean,
said it, Coach. Who else would you take off? You can't take off Zimenez. He's been great. You can't take off Ward.
But I would coach on here right now. Alex Smith hasn't shown me anything,
Yeah.
and Timon Fox is showing me what he can do. And I'm not
Yes.
sure if I'm willing to just let a good depth piece like him go for this kind of the
Yes.
unknown. I mean, Elder Smith is the unknown. Unfortunately, he has
Unless you get rid
not
of a player on the
been on
opposite
the
side.
field.
Get rid of a player on the offensive side. You can keep more
Who?
defenders if you want to rotate them.
Cool. Because right now, all the players on offense are needed when you really think about it. When you really break
Yeah,
it down, even we just said, like with the receivers, I mean, Myrick, all the
Myrick
tight
was solid
ends.
too.
I mean, it's like, we're down to 3 running backs. So who are you going to get rid of? You're not going to get rid of Marcus Johnson. He's producing. The only one I would say is Sills, maybe,
Well, we all know
but
who we want to get rid of.
are we going to get rid of him just for Ellison Smith? Because for me, Smith hasn't shown me anything. I mean, we can kill Sills for all everybody can kill him. He still produces. He's still producing something. He's giving you something. Ellison Smith in 2 years hasn't shown me anything.
anything.
But,
Yeah, that's why
but
it's
to
like
counter that,
he,
just to counter that real quickly, we said the same thing about O'Shane Zimenez for years, and look how he's doing now. So you have to give Ellison
Yeah.
Smith a shot.
O'Shane
but
has been
O'Shane,
there through the preseason and the regular season right now, so we've seen it. It's
I'm
tangible.
talking about previous years.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that, but he's producing this year. What I'm getting at is Ellison Smith is coming off the injured list. It's the same thing with Nick Gates. I mean, not Gates. What's the other one? What's the other
Lemieux,
line?
Shane Lemieux.
Yeah, Shane Lemieux. I mean, it's
I agree.
you're in a catch-22 because right now this team is starting to form a bond, a chemistry, a certain level of continuity. So to take a piece out to put something in that you don't know about, it's. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I'm to the point. Leave his ass on IR, and I'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And you
mean,
know what? I want
I
to give a
tend to
special
agree with
shout
the
out
coach.
to Ben
Mhm.
Bredesen. Ben Bredesen has stepped up his game recently. He had a
Yeah.
nice block on that one touchdown run by
hmm
Brightwell. Bredesen
He
led the
did.
way on that block. Bredesen has stepped his game up at left guard.
The
I'm not
one,
moving him. Not moving
no,
him. He's
no, no,
playing
no,
better
no. No.
now.
Bredesen is fine. Like I said, he's the questionable piece in the offense is going to be Feliciano.
Hmm.
So what do you do there? If Lemieux comes back, you know, because if Feliciano, that first half was, you getting driven back 2 yards by the nose guard. That's a problem. That's a
Hmm.
I
problem.
agree. That's a big problem.
That's a big problem because that's the middle of your offense. So it's, and I can't see Lemieux getting driven back like that. You might beat him with a move, but you're not going to drive him back. So, I mean, I get where you're going, like with Smith, like we initially started talking about. It's
Mm.
right now, I can't see me bringing him back. I just can't right now. I
I
just,
I I agree, Coach. Ellison Smith hasn't. I don't. Just right now, I don't know. Like you said, you don't know what he is, man. And we're seeing, excuse me, what these
bless
other
you.
guys are out on
hmm
the field. Shane Zimenez has stepped up this year, so
hmm
he's looking like a good, legitimate depth piece. And we're seeing that, and we're actually visually seeing it. We know. We don't
hmm
know. Ellison Smith is just too unknown to just say, okay, we're just going to bring you back because you were a draft pick a year
hmm
ago. I mean, unfortunately, he's been dealt a bad set of cards, man, and he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. And at this point, I'm not really ready to screw up our continuity that we're building
Mm-mm.
this chemistry,
Mm-mm.
man, to
Mm-hmm.
put a project on the field that we just not sure what he's going to really be able to give us. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just unfortunate for
So
that kid. Unfortunate for him, man.
it's a numbers game. So that's the whole thing. So it's hard. I mean, I want to see what he can do. I really do, but at what expense? Right now, with what we're doing, we don't need
Yeah.
him. It's not
If
like
if
he's
if we were 1-4, then sure, let's check
yeah.
Ellison Smith out.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see what he got. We're trying, but right now we're 4-1. And we're building something here. So, Josh Allen finds wide receiver Gabriel Davis for a 98-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was early, the beginning, right at the beginning of the
Oh,
game.
oh, okay, okay. I just got the text. That's why.
Yeah, that was like early. That
Oh,
was the
wow.
first score of the game.
The Yankees left Aroldis Chapman off the roster. That's
Oh
deep.
wow,
That's
that's
deep.
serious.
Mac, what
Yeah.
do you think about the Mets? You confident about tonight?
I am, but they didn't have to make it this close.
No, they
I don't know what
didn't.
happened to I don't know what happened to Max Scherzer the other night, man. That was
Mm,
crazy. He just got banged around, man.
mm-hmm.
He got booed as he was walking off the field too. They booed him.
Yeah, DeGrom had himself a hell of a game last night too, and I think it's about time to maybe think about paying this guy next year too to stay on the team. He stepped up when we needed him.
All right,
So yeah,
Jazz. Come
tonight,
on, Jazz. Let it go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, tonight will be a big one for the Mets, man. But
Mm.
today, the top of the morning started off for me great, man. This New York Giant team, man. Like I said, I was literally on like a couple hours of sleep too, on fumes. When I
Me
woke up
Me
this
too.
too.
morning.
Yeah, me
Me
too. Me
too.
three. Me three.
I jumped on Jeff late because I was up to what till 4 o'clock this morning.
Mm.
So
I was up
so
till like 3 in the morning last night
Shit, I didn't
at
even get
that,
off
at
work
that
until
crazy
I didn't even
wrestling
get
pay
off
per
work
view.
until 3:30 this morning.
I
hmm
was hoping you'd be able to hop on with the wrestling pay per view. I know Adam and I we spoiled what happened last night, but dude, that was amazing too. It's been a fantastic weekend so far. If the Mets win tonight, it's just gonna make this one of the best weekends it can happen. With
hmm
what happened to WWE last night, how electric it was there, and then what happened this morning with the Giants, and if the Mets can win tonight, oh my God, it's gonna be a weekend that we've all wanted for so long. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy.
Damn.
It's
This is
about
just
damn time that we're finally looking like an NFL football team after a decade of just disaster. And now look at us.
after just last year alone, like the second half of the season
Oh,
last year. Oh my god, I
the
still have
football
nightmares about
gods.
that.
Oh,
Nightmares about that.
it
That's
was
the beauty
horrible.
of
We
all
were
this.
we were an embarrassment. We were an embarrassment literally last year.
That's
An
giving
absolute
embarrassment too much
embarrassment.
credit. We were worse than embarrassment. I don't even know what the
And
hell
then
to
the
call
fact
us
that
last
here
year.
we're sitting here after 5 weeks of the season and already have the same amount of wins we had all of last year. Come
Hmm.
on, man. I just how can it just can't I can't even put it into words right now, man. It's so amazing,
Mm-hmm.
man. It's a good feeling to be winning football games again. It's a good feeling. I did
Exactly.
17 of these shows aftermath shows last year, and
Oh
most
yeah.
of them were miserable. They were mostly
Mm-hmm.
miserable.
Mm-hmm. 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 I like this.
And
The
now I can
fact.
be on here smiling and happy. I'm elated, man. I'm tired and it doesn't even matter. I don't even care. I'm tired. I'm
It's
just
running on fumes right now, but it's just such a great feeling right now just to sit here and be like, you know what, we're a 4-1 football team, and we are taking the league by storm, by surprise, and there's nobody out there that could stop us right now the way we're playing. And wait until we get our guys back that are going to get back healthy. Jeez, I'm just, I'm. It's amazing right now how great a feeling this is after the shit we had to
Mm-hmm.
deal with for the past 10 years. This is great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, cut a bang, like you just said, man.
Hmm.
The fact that we're having this success while we're literally in the middle of rebuilding is
Mm-hmm.
just it's amazing. Because imagine what it's going to be like when it's built the way they really wanted it, when they build it the way they really wanted to. Oh
Hmm.
man.
Super
Mm-hmm.
Bowl.
And I love
Super
the
Bowl.
fact that Daniel Jones is going to give this staff maybe something to think about late at the end of this season, possibly. I'm glad that he's playing up to that level where you're going to have to really make some serious decisions now. It's not going
Saquon
to be
too.
just so easy. Oh, Saquon Barkley,
Both,
for sure.
both of them. Both of
Got
them.
to
I
get
think it's a
Saquon
package
Barkley
deal.
back.
Mac, I think it's a package deal. I think the both of them. I think both of them are going to come back. I think we're either going to lose both of them or we're going to bring both of them back. I really believe now that Barkley and Jones are a package deal on this team. So I think the
Look,
Giants are going to probably try to bring both of them back if they can, if they keep playing
if
the way
they
they are
keep,
this year and
yeah,
stay
if they
healthy.
keep playing like this, you'd be a fool to let them go, especially the
No.
way they're playing right now. With what we have, the
Yeah.
biggest factor is Kenny Galladay. That's the biggest factor in his contract. So I mean, Jeff, we've talked about it. 31. He's a
Mhm.
$31 million dead cap hit. $31
Number
million right
19.
now. I
Hmm.
mean, he's the reason why we can't do anything. So, I mean, but if they can, right now, I wouldn't put it past Shane to figure out a way to get things done. I mean, I'm thinking now because we were talking about OBJ, and I'm like thinking like, is it possible he could finagle a way to get him on if the price is right? I mean, yeah, the price has to be right. You can't give him a fully, like a $10 million contract, but
Yeah.
He's
you
probably looking at the Giants. I mean, you have if Landon
have
Collins
to.
could come back after everything he went through last year, it's not out of this realm, especially with how wide receiver core is right now. It is not crazy out of the realm that OBJ is thinking about the Giants.
I
It's
mean, it's just like
possible.
Coach saying, though, financially, he's got to understand that with his injury history, man, I just feel like as long as he's not too demanding and with his
Hmm.
salary
His two
requests,
boys are in New York, though. Shep and
it's
Barkley are a factor. Those
yeah,
guys are a factor with this team.
but business is business, so
Winning is
Hmm.
winning, though. If this Giants team keeps
it
winning,
is.
he's going to look
It
at them as
is.
a more
He can
desirable
always visit his
location.
friends. He can
Hmm.
visit his friends no matter where he's living. He has a bank account that he can visit his friends no matter where he's living at or he's working at, what city he's
True,
working
but
in.
I mean,
So
how good would it feel to be able to play on the same team as his buddies again? So I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there with Collins coming back. I didn't expect him to come back, and he did. So I'm just saying, if Collins can come back, why the hell not Beckham? But we'll cross that bridge whenever it happens next month, because I think that's
yeah,
when
I
Beckham's
mean,
going to decide what he's gonna do with his future.
yeah, most
How
definitely.
the
But
f- how the fuck
guys,
did we? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was about to wrap this up probably pretty soon because
No problem.
I want to start enjoy watching a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
football and
Mm-hmm.
get
Me
my feet
too.
up a
I've been
little bit.
streaming for like 7, 8 hours. I've barely gotten any sleep, so I just want to sit on my couch and watch the rest of this football for the rest of the day.
Hey, no problem, guys. I understand. So, um,
But it's
yeah.
always great, man. I love having you guys join me on these aftermaths, man. It's always good, man. It's great.
No problem,
Really
Mac. Always
appreciate it.
happy to join you on these things.
Yes.
Love, and it's love to actually we can sit here and actually smile on the stream and not trying to like want to break stuff off the stream and like want
Oh
to
my
like get
goodness.
yell and
Mm-hmm.
scream after the shit we had to watch last year. It's such a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Please, yes. It was so bad, man.
I
So
was stuck in
bad.
Kansas City the whole time. How bad was that? I had stuck in Kansas City the entire time last year during that
Oh yeah,
horrendous
that's right.
season.
You went. Yeah, that's right. You went
I had to
out west
sit
for a
at
little
a
bit.
random, like a wing place in Kansas City, looking miserable. And my mom's sitting there taking pictures of me while I'm like sitting there in misery the entire time, watching the Giants lose to the Falcons on what was it, Michael Strahan Day, or was it Eli Manning Day? It was Eli Manning Day last year in that game. That was horrible.
Yeah.
It's just like from there to where we are now, and it's true. Coaching makes the difference,
Mm-hmm.
and the coaching staff is making the biggest difference on this team right now. And kudos to Dayball, kudos to Martindale, kudos to Kafka, and all those positional coaches. The job they're doing with this team. Let everybody hate. We're just gonna go out there and continue to be great.
Let them keep hating, man. They want to think we're not for real. They don't. They don't want to be believers. It's okay, man. We don't need them to. As long as we believe in ourselves, as long as this team believes in them and themselves, man. Look, that's all that matters, and that's what matters most. And they're getting the job done. And 4-1 proves that they're getting the job done.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn friggin' right, Mac. Well said.
So, with that being said, everybody, man, I'm about to wrap this up, man, and make sure you join me and my guy Adam Costas on Wednesday evening for the real deal NFC East roundup. And I got a feeling it's going to be a pretty interesting show, especially when we talking about these New York Football Giants. I just got a feeling. I know my guy. So
Maybe he's finally changing his tune about Daniel Jones too. Maybe we got Adam to swing over to the Daniel Jones side. If that happens, you know it's over.
I think he's swaying a little bit. I think he is
he's
swaying a little
He
bit.
is. He's swaying.
But we'll find out a lot more on Wednesday, you guys. Thanks for tuning in, man, for this edition, for Week 5 edition of the True Blue Aftermath. Make sure you sub up to Coach Ed, sub up to NYG Jeffy T 85. Oh yeah, and before I get off, Jeff, another big congratulations to you on your stream earlier, man.
Thank you.
Got picked up all those subscribers, man. Had all those views, man. My guy Jeff bringing it. Goes hard every day, dropping updates daily, everything New York sports, man. He covers it all, man. So just much love and appreciation for Jeff, man.
I just want to say shout out real
earned
quick
that.
to
You
you.
deserved that today, man. You earned every
Shout out
bit
to
of
you,
that
Mac.
and
Mac,
deserved it,
shout out
man.
to you. If it wasn't for guys like I told Coach this earlier, if it wasn't for dudes like you doing what you do out here and giving somebody like me to be able to come out here and do what I love to do, I owe you, I owe Coach, and I owe all you guys. Everything that happens with me, I owe you guys so much. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the words. And you know what? We're Big Blue fam, and we're gonna all ride this out together, and we're all gonna be enjoying this the whole time. Thank you, thank you guys.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt indeed. But y'all, that's gonna be it for this week, man. The True Blue Aftermath, the 4-1 edition, baby. Peace. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDA Giants Fan.